Hello and welcome to There's No Business Like, a podcast where friends and industry colleagues explore topics and interview leaders in our industry of professional theatrical touring.
Hey everybody, welcome back to There's No Business Like. I'm Brian Zelmer from Bardavon Presents, and I'm here with my friends, Katie.
Hi everyone, Katie Miller with Michigan Maven Creative Associates in Midland, Michigan.
And Kevin.
Kevin Maynard coming at you from Tallahassee with opening nights at Florida State University.
And Josh.
Josh coming to you from Marion, Illinois at the Marion Cultural and Civic Center.
And our lightning round lady, Danielle.
It's me, Danielle Van Hook from the Alden in McLean, Virginia.
So today we're just having a little bit of a celebration. We are commemorating our 3rd anniversary. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, we did it.
The big 3.
Okay, 3 years. Wow. That, you know what? It kind of feels like 3 years, but it also feels like seconds. I don't know. It's weird to me. How does it feel to you guys, like thinking back?
Like decades.
I feel like we've done this for so long now, but at the same time, I feel like we just started it too. I can't explain it.
I just realized that, 3 years is perfect because it's the leather anniversary.
Is it really?
It really is.
Nope.
Is that the traditional anniversary or
That is the traditional.
It's also glass and crystal because I also did the research on this.
We are going with leather. Because you know how much we all love chaps.
I was going to say, Kevin's he just wants a new watch. That's what he wants.
So we've gone through a lot of things over these 3 years. We've not only in the podcast with talking to so many amazing colleagues and so many professionals that have taught me a ton of things. I can't tell you how often something that we've talked about or heard about in the podcast pops into my head while I'm working, and I'm like, and it just makes me do better. And so I'm thankful to have this in my life for those reasons, but also just the network that it extended, and for me, because I met a lot of people through you guys that I didn't know about, and I don't know if I would have crossed paths with. So I'm just grateful, and I'm curious what you guys are grateful about for these 3 years.
Well, Brian, I am grateful because sometimes there are when we have our tough days, I get to think about moments that we've talked about on here that really make me laugh. And I will often think about the interview that we did with you when you were talking about going through the toll cams.
Oh my God.
Still think it was.
It's my absolute favorite.
Oh my God. Anyone who worked for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation 15 years ago, please contact us.
Oh my gosh. I think about that. I mean, there are other episodes I think about as well, but when I need a good laugh, that's the one that I think about. Also at Max recently, obviously without you, but when we were sitting down, we were having the conversation, we were recording live in the booth, and I had this realization that I was like, this is what I love and miss about it is we started this we started doing some of these things in person and being able to sit down as a group to record stuff. I love that. And I miss that. So I hope that we do that more leading up to year 4.
So if anybody works for United or American Airlines that wants to get us together.
Well, I'm a Delta boy now. That's what I'm told. So apparently that's when you live down this close to Atlanta. So
Got it.
I agree. It was fantastic to sit down together, to actually be together on the mics in person was wonderful. And Kevin brought up something that we need to really work at scheduling time to do that so that we get that natural chemistry.
And just spending time with each other, I think, is one of the greatest, things that's come out of this. Our friendships, the 5 of us together. And I think the friendships that we've cultivated with those that we've interviewed, those repeat guests that come back to us and share their wisdom and share their insights in the field. I'm grateful for all of that. I'm also grateful, honestly, for the advice that people give to us. There are a few key pieces that I've taken away. I'm also so grateful that we just have this opportunity, period. When we were at Max just a few weeks ago, we had a few conversations with folks that listen that in particular are relatively new to the industry. And they told us this is how I'm learning, because there is no onboarding. There is no professional development for me. And they are grateful for us creating a space where people can share their wisdom. So I'm just grateful that we can do that for others and we can all make it work so that we can keep bringing these conversations and this learning to the field. Yeah, we know that it's still challenging, particularly when you're new. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful to our listeners that you're all still listening.
The only reason I agreed to do this was just to get to hang out with you guys a little bit each week or every other
For the
week.
record, you did not agree to do this.
Yeah, you were sort of like, I'm going to be off mic. I'll do the intro thing, and then I'll just not do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be a host. I'm not going to be the present.
And then it was like, hold on.
And then she grabbed Katie's mic and was in.
Yeah.
Every year that goes by, I'm just like, goal met. Like, success. Still friends. And like, I genuinely had all the interest in keeping the friendship going and no interest in the podcast. Like, I thought it was a good idea, but I was like, that's not for me. I've got a voice for written paper. I've got a voice for emails, you know?
Which is why you're our signature voice for our intro and outro now.
Or end every episode with her voice, right?
For as much as I second guess myself in all ways, and especially here, I'm glad that I did force myself to do it, right? And to trust that like the questions I wanted to ask somebody were interesting, and the parts of their story that I wanted to dig further into were things that other people would also find interesting, and that like my takes on things might be something that other people would relate to. I want to say that I carry that with me every day, but like I definitely don't carry that confidence with me every day. But there are times when it does get like reignited, and I'm just like, God damn, that's good. That's what the soul needs sometimes, you know?
Well, thank you, friends. That was all really great answers. I give you all 10 aura, as my kids would say. And that's a little nod to an episode Kevin brought us, which I don't even remember the guest, but I remember you giving us all kinds of like hip words of the day. And it helps me keep up with what the kids are saying these days. My point of that is that we have so many episodes now. We have more than 150. We're approaching 200. And we are having a hard time even remembering some of them ourselves. So Katie did this amazing project for us. Why don't you tell us about what people can do if they haven't been following us this whole time?
So Brian also helped me with this. So we curated some lists, on different topics. So about artists, about agents, presenting 101, and leadership and innovation. And you can find those Spotify playlists on our website, or if you search us on Spotify, you can find those. But if you are just looking for a place to start, or you're interested in a particular topic, that's a great way to sort of dive in for all of our new listeners. Or if you want to revisit some of our favorites, you can check those lists out on our website.
So if you've been following us, you know that when we have these types of episodes where we just sit down and talk together, we often have our lightning round lady, Danielle, lead us in a game. So we're going to turn it over to her now for today's game.
Yes. So it is our lightning round. Who's excited? And why is it not Kevin? I'm glad you guys are already laughing before we get started.
Well, because for those who are maybe not following us, Kevin always seems to get, I don't know how to put it.
Danielle is mean to me, I think there's the only way to put it. Is she's rude and hurtful. And
it's out of love. It's out of love.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Okay, so here's the thing about the lightning round. It's that you guys never follow the rules of the lightning round. And we've been doing this for 3 whole years. And every time I have painstakingly put together a lightning round, you have all not followed the rules. So
I always follow the rules.
Yes.
Oh, shocking.
With the exception of Katie, because she's a perfect angel. And so, I figured at 3 years, there's a point where the responsible thing to do is to compromise. And I think
we're doing a lollygagging round.
We are doing a partly cloudy round for your information. Okay. And depending on how nice you are to me in the next 5 minutes, I might just make up some questions for yours. So what we have here are 4 different envelopes. They each have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the outside. You each get to pick one of those, and you get specialized questions on a specific topic. I'm not going to make you all go away. You get to listen. We get to learn about each other, and we get to sing Kumbaya because we love each other. Okay?
Okay.
So the topics are musicals, travel, films, and food. So, Katie, since you're a perfect angel, Which one would you like? And you don't know the order. I did not name them in order. You have to pick a number.
I'm going to pick 4.
4. You got travel. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Purr, lightning.
Woo.
Okay. So these do start a little lightning.
Wah,
You ready?
wah, partly cloudy.
Yeah, but she's in the sunny part. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Amusement park or national park?
National park.
Plane or road trip?
Road trip.
And what, when you're going through an airport or on a highway, what is your favorite like travel food?
I always look for a hometown diner if I can find one and stop there.
Ooh, cute. What are your top 3 trips that you've ever taken?
Ooh, Europe. I did a 6-country tour of Europe when I was in high school. I would say a trip I took with my family out to the West Coast, like Washington and Oregon when we were kids. And, oh God, I think the road trip I talked about in the past when I went to like the Four Corners area by myself on a 10-day trip was one of my favorites.
So tell us more about that Europe trip. What 6 countries did you go to? That's news to me.
God. You're going to make me list them all. We went to England, France, Germany, Switzerland. Oh my God. I have a t-shirt with all the names of the countries on it. I have to think about it.
Wait, so was this with like a school group or like a group of friends? What part of your life is this?
School group. It was a school group. Italy. Summer between junior and senior year, my English teacher arranged a trip for us to go to Europe, and we did like a 10 or 12-day trip. And my dad was one of the chaperones, and my dad travels a lot abroad for work. And so he would just be like, this is what we're doing today, guys, on like our free time. And if people wanted to come, they could come. And if not, we just took off and did our own thing. And it was the best. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. The Vatican. Where else did we go? It was 6. Anyway, I can't remember them all now.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. That's the end. See, it actually is just really sweet and nice when it's partly cloudy. And I'm leaning into what you guys are going to do anyway. So let's say Brian is next. Do you want 1, 2, or 3?
We'll go with 3.
3. You got food.
Ooh.
All right. Food. Burgers or hot dogs?
This is why I suck at this game, because you always give me options where they equally are like a yes to me, especially when it's food. You know this. Like, this is probably the worst.
You're the one who picked food.
All right. Hot dog.
Soup or salad?
Salad. Again, I would do soup also.
That's the point of the lightning, though. You know,
it's
like the
both.
partly cloudy. That's the partly.
Problem is, I'm also hungry. I didn't eat lunch today, so I'm like, yes, I want both, please.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
And then, what's your favorite like mealtime? Breakfast, lunch, brunch, snacks.
Lunch
dessert?
is probably the one I eat the most, so I'll have to go with that.
But that's your favorite?
No.
Wrong answer.
Daniel just going, that's the wrong answer.
I just love to eat. I'm a fat kid. I love to eat. It's my thing. So anytime is my favorite time.
That's a good answer. What are the top 3 things that you cook?
I love to do hibachi, orange chicken, which happen to both be like Asian fusion dishes, but and let's see what else. People love my lasagna too.
And so how did those things become your thing?
Christmas is always our holiday, and where we invite people over. And so each year I would cook something different. And every year is like, oh, I love that. Can you do it again? And I'm like, no, I like doing, like, I enjoy cooking different things every year. So I made, but they kick and scream. And so then I ended up adding, like, I always have to have lasagna at Christmas because everyone loves my lasagna. And even if I'm like, I don't want to cook lasagna again, it's boring. I did that one year because I was busy and I didn't have time to like really cook. But anyway, so I always make a lasagna, etc. And that's how those things became. And my kids love the hibachi. My kids, love hibachi, and they love when I make it.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the end of your partly cloudy round. Josh, you get to go next. 1 or 2?
2.
2 is musicals. It's Wicked or Rent?
Rent.
Cats or Phantom of the Opera?
Anything but cats. I mean, Phantom of the Opera.
Do you prefer the evening show or the matinee?
Evening.
Who is your favorite actor?
Nathan Lane.
What are your top 3 musicals that you've seen? I assume they're all the ones we've seen together because of the experience.
Yes,
but
all the ones that we've seen together.
I'll allow you to answer your own question.
Maybe Happy Ending, Waitress, Hamilton.
So we've explored why you enjoyed maybe Happy Ending, but what about Waitress? Why is that in your top 3?
I was lucky enough to see Sarah Bareilles in it twice. The authenticity of it as a like rural America, real American story is something that really hits home for me. And so,
how many times have you seen Hamilton on Disney Plus?
I have no idea. That is so many.
That's the end of the lightning round. It's partly cloudy. We can do whatever we want. It might rain. It might snow.
Considering I've never successfully like lightning to lightning round before, I feel pretty good about that one.
Yeah, that's true.
This actually feels like the most successful lightning round we've ever had.
I feel like we're learning more about each other too, which is nice. Although you guys learn nothing new about me because when it's food, I'm always like, yes.
I mean, I've learned that you're my new favorite old Italian or Jewish grandmother.
I had an Italian grandmother, and she cooked all the time. It was great.
Lasagna?
Anything, sauces, like you name it, anything Italian, she cooked all the time. The only thing I didn't like was Christmas Eve. We had all the fishes, and I don't eat fish. So
is it the Feast of the 7 Fish, 6 fish?
Yep, exactly.
7 fishes.
7 fishes. Yep. She was Sicilian, and so they were very much into that.
Yeah, I decided that I'm going rogue, and I'm just writing down my Kevin round questions right now.
Great. What was the round supposed to be?
Films.
Oh.
But no longer. Good luck.
Yeah. Cool. There is no
calling
topic.
It films, but it's not.
Yeah, we're still calling it films, but
it has nothing to do with films.
All right. I got it started, and we're going to see where this goes. So, Kevin, your film round is actually now your Florida round. Yay!
Yay.
This is going to
excited.
This is going to be all of the things that I maybe have made up about Florida. I apologize to everyone in Florida except for you.
Just please remember that I do work for a state agency. So.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of love here. So, yeah, I'm not going to be fully mean to you. All right. Crocodiles or alligators?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, gators. But
did you just root for the Gators, Kevin?
I know that's the problem.
You could lose your job right
that's
there.
Where my brain went. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you did it to yourself. Yeah. I'm simply asking about animals.
Yeah.
This is how Kevin lost his job. Congratulations, Danielle.
Disney or Universal?
Oh, I would Universal.
Jorts or cut off sleeve shirts?
Oh, jorts all the way.
Gulf side or Atlantic side?
Gulf side.
Gulf side. Tell me about that.
I mean, I'm closest to the Gulf, so.
How much sunscreen do you wear when you go to the Gulf?
Not as much as I should.
So what's the best thing you've done in Florida since you've been there? It's been about a year, right?
It'll be a year in, about a month. Wow. Best thing I've done. Oh, honestly, it's probably my birthday weekend. I saw Metallica, saw Wu-Tang, held a baby alligator, fed other baby alligators.
Did you feed the baby alligator to the other baby alligators? That's horrible, Kevin. Jesus.
I mean, there's like toss them in.
What did it feel like?
The
alligator.
Savage. It felt savage.
I thought you were asking about the baby.
Yeah. It felt weird, honestly. Like it felt, I don't know, like scaly. Like it was kind of weird. Honestly, it felt scaly, and it also felt bad.
Did it have its like mouth like?
Yeah, because his mouth is taped closed, so they don't bite you, and that makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that.
Did it feel like you were holding a dinosaur?
Kinda. Yeah. But, I mean, it's probably a good thing its mouth is taped closed because I don't want to get bit. But at the same time,
I'm okay with you getting bit.
I figured you would be.
And just for the story alone, I'd get bit.
Yeah.
Where in Florida do you want to go? Like, what's on your Florida bucket list?
I want to go to the Keys.
That's the end of your Florida round.
All right. Thank you, Danielle, for bringing that to us. I think that was one of our slowest lightning rounds. I know it wasn't a lightning round.
I don't think that's true.
But I think it was one of our better ones because I think we learned more about each other.
And it's all about the friends you make along the way.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm also thinking back right now, whenever we have an anniversary like this, it makes me just kind of look back because we're so busy and looking forward all the time in our roles, like planning out a year, maybe more, some of us sometimes. And so it's always hard to look backwards. And so I just make sure on these types of events, I stop a minute and I think about where I've been and I, in this case, the podcast, where the podcast has been. And I'm still like, so amazed at so many of the things that we've been able to do. I mean, from getting invited to American University, having special presentations at APAP and Max and WA and all the places that this podcast has brought us. Just curious what you guys look back and are just like, I can't believe that happened.
Actually, Brian, you just brought WA up, and I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would go to WA. I mean, I feel like it's sometimes going to, the Midwest Arts Expo is like a little bit
right.
Too far for me, and I believe fully that it's not. But I'd always just heard people talk about WA, and I was just like, I don't know how I'm ever going to get to experience that. And it sounds so fun. And we probably got the best of WA because it was at the resort and it was the most unconference conference I've ever been to in my life. So it was just like, being in the sun with like all of my friends, and we did a lot of work. But when I don't think about the like 3 a.m. Writing sessions, it's just like that was a dream, right? That was a dream like scenario. And like, and it's so flattering to be invited to do things like that, right? That felt really good to me.
I don't want to sound redundant, but yeah, I think WoW was really great. I mean, there was a water slide. I mean,
that's right. You went on the water slide. I think you're the only.
It was great.
Oh no, Josh did too.
No, Josh and
we did water slides for work.
Yeah, water slides for work.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be my favorite thing now too, purely because of the alliteration.
And I think it's also, I mean, the interviews that we've done, the conversations we've had. I mean, there are little snippets of a lot of these interviews that run through my head at various times in my life that I will always take forward with me as well.
The one thing that like kind of blows me away to think about is 155 episodes in as we're recording this, and that there's been such substantial content, storytelling, catalog of knowledge base that has been created out of what we've done at this point. That's what really shines in my mind as I can't believe that we've done this, that this has been created and that it is there as a resource, it's there as entertainment, and it's there as a way to connect people.
I just think back to the relationships. I think the relationships we've built, we talk about that all the time. I make a calendar every year as a Christmas gift for all my family members, and I always make one for myself. And September, I always, because it's the month of Max, I always put pictures on that calendar for myself of our team and our friends in the industry, and looking back on those memories of shows that we've shared together, showcases, all the funny moments, out at night, sharing stories and sharing drinks and things like that. Those are the things that I'm going to remember most from this time, because the relationships we've built have been so monumental and so influential. So I'm grateful for that. And I just hold those memories really dearly.
So a lot of what we look back at, for obvious reasons, it pertains to gatherings, in-person gatherings, when we get together, but also with our colleagues at conferences. And honestly, I sometimes forget how the podcast is being heard by other people. That is, to me, it's just something we get together to do, and I learn from it and listen to it. But then I meet people that I don't know, and they'll just out of nowhere be like, "Oh, I love your podcast," or "It taught me this," or and they share how it has helped them in some way, and I'm like, that really hits home for me every time that happens. And I'm happy to say it's happened multiple times at different conferences. It just never gets old. And it feels great to know that we're doing something that doesn't just mean something for us, but for others too. So thank you if you're one of those people that enjoy listening like we do and hearing our guests and the topics we're talking about. As always, we would love to hear your thoughts, and you're part of this this family, I guess we can call it. And, if you don't want to share on social media, send us a message. If you want to be a guest or you want to talk about something, let us know. This is a community, and that's what we build everything on, is relationships. So, but for this week, we're going to wrap up here and just go grab some drinks so we can raise a toast to each other and for making it this long. And we hope you join us next week for our next episode of There's No Business Like.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to There's No Business Like. Our producers and hosts are Brian Zelmer, Josh Benson, Kevin Maynard, Katie Miller, and me, Danielle Van Hook. Views expressed in this podcast are ours alone and are not reflective of the organizations we are a part of. Keep up with us at nobusinesslike.com. There you'll find links to all of our episodes and socials. If you like this podcast, give us a like, a follow, a review, or our favorite, a 5-star rating. Oh wait, what was that site? I got it, don't worry. It is nobusinesslike.com. Do I sound out bus-I-ness every time I type it? Yep, sure do. Stay in touch, my friends.
After Max, someone reached out to me. They'll stay nameless. They're like, everyone always says it's Josh Benson that is the reason we have these epic hangs, and it was just a good hang this year. She's like, I think it might be you, and I'm like, no, it can't be. I'm like, it's definitely Josh because I'm a follower, and my favorite stories always begin with, well, we followed Josh. So it's definitely Josh.
There was only one epic hang this year.
Yeah, they're like, maybe it's because when you're both together, that's when it goes from a good hang to an epic hang. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Thank you.
I think maybe we just learned that Josh is showing off for Brian.
Oh,
that is accurate.
He's just trying to impress you.
Yeah, he likes to sit on a stool and just smugly say, I didn't do this.
That is correct.
My best stories always start with, I followed Josh.
I know, right? Yeah.